That's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. First of all, Jay-Z offered them money. At first, he offered them bread, like, and everything, but his aunt didn't, like, approve of it. She said, no, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. The lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but Young Boy's so thorough, though, he just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. But something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sound kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and it was a gun in his car. Like, when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go, like, call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he told the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen that somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car.
Oh.
And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. If my thing is, if this is not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with.
Yeah.
Imagine being a legendary artist, living your best life at the top of your game when suddenly a young man shows up claiming you're his biological father, and he's not just throwing accusations. He's got a name, a story, evidence, and even backing from big names like 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj. Yes, you heard that right. Ramir, the alleged son of Jay-Z, born from a fling with a woman named Wanda back in 1992, is now suing Jay-Z and demanding a DNA test. And the most shocking part, the court has officially allowed the lawsuit to move forward. This isn't just another paternity dispute. It's a maze of power, fame, hidden truths, and behind-the-scenes manipulation. There are allegations that Beyoncé herself is trying to interfere. There are even rumors that Jay-Z may have broken the law by being involved with an underage girl. And standing firmly on the other side of this high-stakes drama is Ramir, who's dead set on uncovering the truth now with growing public support. So what's really going on? What is Jay-Z trying to hide? Why did Nicki Minaj decide to jump into this? And what exactly is making social media explode over this case? In today's video, we're diving deep into every twist and turn of this scandal, from the initial allegations to the legal maneuvers, from the powerful figures lurking in the shadows to the shocking witness statements. Everything you're about to hear is real, and it's all unfolding right now.
Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, been seeing a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
Just when everyone thought the case had hit a legal dead end, when Ramir's efforts seemed buried under a complex legal system, a surprise twist changed everything. A judge officially ruled that the lawsuit could proceed for the first time in years. Ramir now has a legal path to force Jay-Z to respond and possibly take a DNA test. Specifically, the judge has ordered Jay-Z to respond to the complaint by July 18, 2025. That date has now become a key turning point, not just for Ramir, but for a public following every update with bated breath.
Never try to contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, because I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with.
But what truly turned this case into a media firestorm wasn't just the court's decision, it was social media. And who lit the match? None other than 50 Cent, the king of trolling and public drama. As soon as word of the lawsuit spread, 50 Cent wasted no time. He posted on his socials with cryptic but undeniably provocative commentary. In classic 50 fashion, he turned Jay-Z's alleged family drama into a viral moment, and it didn't stop there. Nicki Minaj, the chart-topping rapper with her own complicated history with Roc Nation, jumped into the fray. She not only reposted 50's comment, but added her own cryptic line. Is this why he was trending the other day? IDK, to God be the glory. It was short, but the message was loud and clear. Nicki wasn't staying out of this. It was as if she was signaling that something shady was going on, and now was the time to expose it. With both 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj, the giants in the entertainment industry, speaking out, it felt like a media punch to the gut. The internet went wild. News outlets jumped in, and hashtags spread like wildfire. Ramir, once an unknown figure, was now at the center of a story that had the potential to shake Jay-Z's empire.
Way beyond, I feel like, right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't stop fighting for, the paternity or anything else. Whatever I put my mind to, I fully go. I was hoping that it wasn't true, but if it is, honestly, you cannot do things like that. You will get what you deserve. I don't know what them guys was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. If it's true, only he can respond and get himself out of this.
To its core now, when people think of Beyoncé, they usually picture a powerful queen rarely caught up in messy headlines, always glowing with talent and mystery. But this time, her name popped up in an entirely different context, a paternity lawsuit, with her husband at the center, and accusations that she might be secretly trying to block the truth from coming out. One of the most shocking claims from Ramir's camp is that Beyoncé intervened in the case to protect the family's image. A source allegedly close to her team claims she once said something along the lines of, "Go away, little boy," a statement supposedly aimed directly at Ramir. While unconfirmed, the quote quickly made waves across forums and online discussions. People started to ask, why is Beyoncé, someone famously private, being named in such a sensitive legal case? Did she really use her influence to suppress the truth? It doesn't end there. Another chilling detail came from Ramir himself, who claims someone tried to break into his home late at night, approaching through the back door. No one was hurt, but the feeling of being watched, of being threatened, was very real. Was it just a coincidence, or a sign that someone powerful wanted Ramir out of the picture? These incidents haven't been fully verified, but they've undeniably made the case more intense and more complicated. If there truly is covert interference, especially from someone as famous as Beyoncé, this isn't just a private lawsuit anymore. It's a full-blown battle of media control, power, reputation, and truth. And right in the middle of it all is Ramir, a young man with no fame, no power, and yet he's going head-to-head with an empire.
To get fair due process, they just been, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, so I can't get in there and actually know fully what's going on. I'm only there to, say what I believe in, and, you guys can put me on the lie detector test, anything else you want me to do. I always been here to stand on the truth. I told them if it was wrong, I'm a man, I can apologize, but for me to go in there and ask for fair due process and not get it, and they just throw you all around like you're a rag doll, I just find that to be crazy, and I really think we need to change that. Like, it's craziness, I'm not asking for nothing. I always been on here. I wasn't never asking for nothing. People can say what they want. As I said, I work, I'm doing great. I gotta take care of my kids. Like, I'm driving a nice car, I'm getting nice income. So it's not like I never been here asking for nothing or trying to get 15 minutes of fame. So people just gotta realize that these court systems and these people that's out here and controlling these people that's in the court systems, we need to change it, because if we can't go and get fair due process, what are we all paying taxes and all this for?
God at the center of all the allegations, testimonies, and controversy is a woman with a simple name but a story powerful enough to change lives, Wanda. She was the first to come forward and claim that Jay-Z might be Ramir's biological father. And what's even more disturbing, according to Wanda, is that her relationship with Jay-Z happened in 1992 when she was just 16 years old, and he was already 22. If that's true, this wouldn't just be a matter of morality, it could be a serious federal crime. According to Wanda, Jay-Z came to Philadelphia, picked her up, and took her to an apartment in Brooklyn where they were intimate. She said they used protection, but she still ended up pregnant. After that, Jay-Z disappeared, only showing up once, 2 weeks later, and then vanishing for good. Wanda had no contact information, no way to find him. For years, the identity of Ramir's father remained a mystery. On Ramir's birth certificate, the name listed was Robert Graves, Wanda's boyfriend at the time. But in 2011, a DNA test confirmed Robert wasn't the biological father. That was the turning point. Once Robert was ruled out, and knowing she'd only ever been with two men, Robert and Jay-Z, Wanda and Ramir both began to believe the only possible answer was Jay-Z. Fueled by that belief, Ramir launched a legal fight to uncover the truth. Wanda even filed a civil suit against Jay-Z seeking child support. But the case was dismissed on a technicality. It was filed in the wrong state. That one small procedural error was enough to shut the case down, and after that, everything went quiet until Ramir got older and picked up where his mother left off. Armed with her story and the system's failure to bring justice, he realized that what he was fighting for wasn't just a DNA test. It was justice for ordinary people crushed by the weight of fame, power, and a legal system that often looks the other way. When faced with these serious allegations about fatherhood and about being with an underage girl, Jay-Z didn't take the direct route of addressing it. Instead, he and his powerful legal team rolled out a series of strategies to delay, dodge, and flat out deny everything. And that made the public ask, why would someone as powerful as Jay-Z refuse a simple DNA test? One of the first legal tactics Jay-Z's team used was to challenge the jurisdiction of the case. Since Ramir filed the suit in New Jersey, Jay-Z's lawyers argued that their client didn't live in or own property in that state, and therefore couldn't be forced to take a DNA test there. But Ramir found a crack in that argument. In Tina Knowles' book Beyoncé's Mother, there's a mention that Jay-Z did, in fact, own property in New Jersey during that time period. That detail could easily weaken the entire jurisdictional defense. Still, as Ramir tried to take the case to higher courts, including the Supreme Court, he kept getting denied on technical grounds. Even after filing with the New Jersey Appellate Court, the legal process moved slowly and with endless obstacles. According to Ramir, Jay-Z's lawyers used their influence and connections to sway judges and derail the lawsuit. He believes this was a years-long legal conspiracy, one that drained his family financially and led to absurd court-ordered asset seizures. Ramir has said that many times. Stepping into the courtroom felt less like seeking justice and more like being treated as the one on trial. He described the pain of being abandoned by the very system that was supposed to protect people like him. And what made it worse, the conflicting testimonies, the hidden evidence, the red flags, all of it brought forward, only to be repeatedly ignored. This isn't just a lawsuit, it's a David versus Goliath battle between a lone individual and a legal juggernaut backed by fame, money, and deep-rooted connections. But has Ramir backed down? Absolutely not. He's stayed the course, fighting for the truth, even as the danger to him and his family keeps rising. When an ordinary person stands up to a powerful figure, not just with words, but with a legal case, they don't just face media scrutiny, they can face real danger. And that, according to Ramir, is exactly what's been happening. The legal drama has spilled out of the courtroom and into a darker, murkier realm where intimidation, threats, and potential violence are being used as tools of silence. Ramir claims that ever since the case was revived, he's been followed, threatened, and even had near-death experiences. One of the most alarming incidents, his car was shot at. He said the shooting happened shortly after he filed his complaint, and yet the story was barely covered by the press or addressed by authorities. It was almost like someone was trying to bury it. Ramir also claimed he discovered a strange device, possibly a tracking bug, hidden in his car before being pulled over by police for no clear reason. These weren't coincidences, he said. They were part of a calculated campaign. And it didn't stop there. He reported someone trying to break into his home late at night, entering from the back right around the time major developments in the lawsuit were making headlines. With all these incidents adding up, Ramir is convinced that these are mafia-style scare tactics designed to push him out. But instead of backing down, he's doubled down, vowing not to stop until the truth comes out. However, what Ramir is going through isn't just a personal battle. His story has sparked a deeper question. If a young man like Ramir, someone simply trying to find out who his real father is, can be met with this level of intimidation, how many others have been forced into silence? How many truths have been buried just because they cross paths with people too powerful to confront? Ramir's story is no longer just about a child searching for his father. It has become a symbol of the larger struggle between individuals and institutions, between truth and fear, between justice and the loopholes that protect the elite. His persistence, despite years of rejection, dismissal, threats, and being ignored, is a powerful testament to the resilience of someone who refuses to be silenced. And now, with the court having officially ordered Jay-Z to respond by July 18th, the final question for Jay-Z isn't, are you Ramir's father? The real question has become, if you're not, why have you been avoiding a DNA test for more than a decade? That's the part that has people talking, debating, and staying glued to this case. Because when a man with everything, power, wealth, top-tier lawyers, refuses to take one simple step to clear his name, it speaks volumes. Maybe no one will know the full truth until the DNA results are released. But one thing is for sure, Ramir has already won something. He's forced the world to listen. And now, the ball is in Jay-Z's court. Will he finally speak up? Or will he continue to remain silent? Whatever he chooses, the world is watching, and it won't stop asking questions until there are answers.